You hear about the contract. Investigating the Grey Host is like trying to wrestle an angry spirit. Anyway, the Ravenwatch could certainly use the help. And by Ravenwatch, I mean me.
Why is House Ravenwatch investigating the Grey Host?
The Ravenwatch is dedicated to curtailing the activities of unscrupulous vampires, and the Grey Host is as unscrupulous as they come. Someone is rebuilding the ancient army of vampires and werewolves from the First Era. We have to stop them.
How do you know this?
Hey, I was doing stuff before you showed up. Look, there's a new Grey Host. One of their original leaders may be in charge, and they're experimenting with life energy. If that doesn't spell trouble, I don't know what does. Will you help me?
I'll help you find out more about the Grey Host.
Everything I learned up to now points in the same direction. Bankorai Garrison. There's a scholar named Deal there who may be able to tell us more about the Grey Host and how they were defeated. Cart's over there when you're ready to go.
Tell me more about what you learned.
My research has uncovered pieces, but I hope the scholars at the Bankorai Garrison can put the puzzle together. Members of the Grey Host experimented with life energy, and at least one of their leaders survived their defeat in the ancient past.
Tell me about the Grey Host survivor.
My research indicates a council ruled the Grey Host. One of those leaders fell out of favor and another survived the final battle. A Durrani noble with connections to Viridian Watch gave the survivor sanctuary. In return, they made her a vampire.
Tell me more about the experiments with life energy.
In the ancient past, the Grey Host sought to use life energy to draw souls into containment vessels called stone husks. It had something to do with returning the dead to life. I think there's a new Grey Host, and they've revived those experiments.
Oh, anything else I need to know before we head out?
Probably, but nothing that can't wait. Let's take the cart to the Bankorai Garrison and find the scholars who can tell us more about the history of the Grey Host.
Alright. Wait, did I...
I'm hoping a scholar of ancient Bankorai battles named Deal or one of her colleagues can tell us more about the Grey Host. With any luck, they have information about the Grey Host that's not too... outlandish.
Alright, what do you mean outlandish?
The priests have this old holy text that claims St. Pelin leapt off the garrison's walls, landed among the host, asked Stendar for endless blood, and then fed them all without dying. Then the garrison dropped some rocks on them. See? Outlandish.
That's something. So you want more reasonable answers?
Exactly. We need practical facts about how the Grey Host was defeated at Bankorai Garrison. Hopefully Scholar Deal can provide them.
And House Ravenwatch?
I suppose you wouldn't have heard of us. We are a bit secretive. Now's probably a good time to tell you. I'm a vampire.
Oh.
All members of House Ravenwatch are. We hunt bad vampires, and also deal with the occasional misbehaving werewolf.
Oh. How many of you are there?
Not nearly enough, and we're stretched pretty thin. Investigating this on my own didn't seem prudent, so I requested aid, and now here you are, offering it. I'm touched.
Okay. Right, let's go. It's Bankorai.
Well, this isn't at all what I expected. What happened here? Nice camp, I suppose.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you here for a tour? I'm afraid they've all been suspended until this mess with the Imperial Army is resolved. If I could offer a suggestion, turn around and head for the safety of Evermore's walls.
Oh, we came a long way to ask you about the Grey Host.
As you can plainly see, now is not a good time. My fellow scholars and I fled when Septima Tharn and her Daedra-worshipping zealots attacked. We barely got out before the first impacts from their ballistae shook the walls.
Septima Tharn's army attacked the Bankorai Garrison. Where are they now?
Occupying the walls.
Oh.
And they didn't just attack the garrison, they conquered it.
Oh.
The knights keep saying the Lion Guard will come. That will push the invaders out in less time than it takes to brew a cup of tea. But that hasn't happened yet.
Regardless, I need to ask you some questions about the Grey Host.
I'm sorry. Concern for my colleagues and the Pyre Watch warrior who accompanied them has my thoughts in a jumble. Come to think of it, the Pyre Watch are experts on the Grey Host. Find my friends, and I'm sure the warrior will answer your questions.
Pyre Watch?
They're guardians sworn to watch over a Grey Host burial site located here in Bankorai. One of their warriors was here recruiting when the garrison came under attack. She went to protect my colleagues, but no one's returned. Can you go find them?
I'll find your missing scholars and the pirate watch warrior.
Cogleen and Indus fled in the direction of Evermore with the Pyre Watch warrior, while Jannard headed toward Kerbal's Hollow. Please be careful. The wilderness can be treacherous between here and there.
Alright. I swear there's a squirrel behind us that wants a quest. It keeps jumping up on the log, looking at us, and then running away. We might need to follow it. Okay. Is there anything at all you can tell me about the Grey Host?
Even if my mind wasn't clouded with worry, I'm an expert on the Second Era. My First Era knowledge is extremely limited. The Pyre Watch knows more about the Grey Host than anyone. Find her and my friends, and she'll provide the answers you seek.
Okay, I will.
Thank you, friend. When you return with the scholar safely in tow, we should be able to put our collective heads together and dredge up that ancient history.
All
That
right.
is,
Yay! Alright.
This scholar's research doesn't go back to the First Era. And the other scholars fled? That puts a wrinkle in our plans, all right. This Pyre Watch warrior is a promising lead, though. Let's go find her and the other scholars.
Okay.
I heard. Let's split up and go after them. All take Kerbal's Hollow. You head toward Evermore. Here, I'll mark it on your map.
Have you ever heard of the Power Watch?
Yeah, my brother Fenorian told me about one he encountered. They're the guardians of an ancient mass grave where the remains of the Grey Host are said to be interred. Probably knows more than the scholars. Find them and meet me back here.
Alright, I'll meet you back here with the scholars.
Find the scholars, but try not to get eaten by anything.
Alright. I think she means her brother Figurty, because Fenorian is, he's Ultima, and she's Wood Elf.
Psst! Over here!
Just give me a second. Hi.
You're the first thing I've seen that isn't an undead monstrosity. Oh, lovely. Are you with the garrison? Please, tell me you're here to rescue me.
Yes, Scholar Jill sent me to find you. She has a campsite outside the garrison's walls.
Oh, thanks, Stendar. I thought I could make it to Evermore, but
Okay.
she was. The Imperial's track. I'll find Scholar Deal's camp straight away.
All right,
the
that's
army of
great.
monsters that ravaged the First Era? Not really my area of expertise. I study the historical accounts of Warlord Thulgreg's army of orcs and goblins. The garrison held strong and denied them passage. Not one got through. Truly inspiring.
So, you're a historian. You must know something about the Grey Host that could help me.
Well, most scholars agree that the fanciful legend about the Grey Host's defeat is, pardon my orcish, guardung. You know, the Pyre Watch are sort of Grey Host experts. Find her, and I'm sure she can provide the answers you seek.
Thanks. So,
I'll hurry back to Scholar Deal's camp. Be safe.
alright, you too, buddy.
You there. Come.
Hi.
You don't look like a refugee. Are you a soldier from the garrison? What news of the Imperial attack?
Yep, Scholar Jill sent me to find you. She has a camp outside the garrison's walls.
Oh, that's wonderful news. Cogleen and I intended to head straight for Evermore.
Alright,
She was. She distracted the Imperials and ordered me to run to this camp.
okay.
I will go to Scholar Deal's camp now. We are most fortunate you came to our aid.
Alright, I came here for information about the Grey Host of the First Era. What can you tell me?
Other than the fact that they were defeated here centuries ago, not much, I'm afraid.
Oh,
I can tell you Empress Hestra's legions came to the aid of Bankorai Garrison. That's why Hyrok became part of the Alessian Empire for a time.
oh. Is there anything else?
Alas, you seek facts and figures that I don't have readily at hand.
Oh,
Perhaps when I can retrieve my papers from inside the garrison?
ah,
You know, the Pyre Watch Warrior might be able to help you. They're experts on the Grey Hosts of the First Era.
okay. No problem. Just...
I will return to Skaladiel's camp. May Tall Papa guide your steps.
Alright, thanks, buddy.
Come forward, you godless mongrel.
Hello. Okay, I guess they came forward. Auto-arms sometimes just a mess.
My apologies, Wayfarer. The shadows make it difficult to discern friend from foe. You do not look like my enemy. Perhaps Tuwaka has not forsaken me after all. What are you doing in this wretched place?
Scolardel sent me to find you and the scholars. She has a camp outside the garrison's walls.
It gladdens my heart to hear that Scholar Deal is safe.
Alright.
But what of the other scholars? Did my efforts to lead the Imperials away allow them to get away?
Yeah, I located the scholars, Colleen and Inez, and I sent them to Deal's camp.
That is truly fortunate. As for me, I escaped the Imperials only to find myself surrounded by ancient undead. Let us speak outside. I will follow your lead.
Alright, I
May
like your...
Onsi guide your blade.
I like your outfit. Okay.
Lead on, Wayfarer.
Yeah, I'm going. Okay.
The exit. Let us see the sky once more.
Alright. Or not. Or not. Come on. Good job. Okay, thank you. There we go. Hello.
I came to Bankorai Garrison seeking recruits for the Pyre Watch. Hunding help us, I did not expect those villains to arrive and send innocent people fleeing for shelter. I am grateful you saved the scholars. Now what can I do for you in return?
I'm looking for information about the Grey Host of the First Era.
The Grey Host was a terrible army of vampires, werewolves, and other monsters that pillaged the land. Only the combined might of the Bankorai Garrison and the Alessian Empire finally defeated them. That story, unfortunately, is mired in legend.
Ah, so there's nothing you can tell me about the Grey Host.
The true story may be as enthralling as the legends, but we only have bits and pieces of it. Magic was involved, almost certainly. But whether it was divine in nature or Alessian sorcery, we have never been able to determine.
There must be something you know that can help us understand the Grey Host.
I can delve into the records of my order when I return to our sanctum. But understand that the Watch is concerned with keeping the past buried, not exposing it. I can tell you that there are indications that one of the hosts survived the slaughter.
We learned something similar. A Generi noble offered the survivor sanctuary.
A Dureni noble? That gives some credence to the historical record. An incomplete parchment mentioned Viridian Watch, but we never saw the significance.
It also said that only the worthy could enter the sanctuary. We never determined what that meant.
Alright, I need to tell Gwendis about this. She should return to Scholar Deal's camp.
I do not know the nature of your mission, Wayfarer, and I still have my own to uphold. But if you seek answers about the Grey Host, then may Mara bless your search.
Alright, can you tell me anything about the Viridian Watch?
I know precious little. I never visited the site myself. Though incomplete, the historical record indicates the survivor hid in a concealed space that they were guided to.
Oh,
Perhaps that has something to do with the idea of being worthy.
tell me more about that part of the record.
There wasn't much. Just that the worthy would be guided to safety. Perhaps that is the key, if you can determine what worthy means to a vile vampire. Any place associated with the Grey Host cannot be trusted. Evil does not fade. So be on your guard.
Alright.
I will go check on the scholars at Deal's camp. Thank you again, Wayfarer.
No problem.
There you are. Good, you're back. I found Jannard and I see you've managed to return with the rest. Show off. Now that we settled that matter, what did the Pyre Watch warrior tell you about the Grey Host?
Shilari said the historical record is incomplete concerning the details of the Grey Host.
I was afraid of that. So much about the First Era has been lost. I wonder if the Pyre Watch knows anything about the other details we learned. About the survivor and their connection to a Dreni noble.
She confirmed there was a survivor, and they may have taken sanctuary in Viridian Watch.
That matches what we already uncovered, and confirms the Dreni connection. Did you find out anything else I should know?
Apparently the legend says the way to safety was only available to those worthy to receive it.
A riddle. Always a riddle. Well, I say we go to Viridian Watch and figure this out on our own. I'll mark the location on your map. Now let's go before Scholar Deal tries to regale me with more tales of the Knights of St. Palin.
I'll meet you inside Viridian Watch. Okay.
I'll meet you at Viridian Watch.
I just did that.